Hello students. So I hope now most of you have started attending your classes regularly. Okay students, I would like to say one thing. Assignments I'm giving short assignments, okay? And while submitting the assignment, please follow the timings. And I'm giving you question answers also, text question answers, okay? The solutions I'm giving you so that you write in your copies, okay? But no need to show for correction, okay? You just write it according to your pace. Whenever you get holidays, you can write the answers, but do write in your copies, okay? You have to show only the assignment. Now we will continue with the previous chapter, that is control and coordination. In the last class we discussed about two types of movement. One was growth independent movement and another was growth dependent movement. Now in growth dependent movement, we observed that the plant moves due to the growth of certain organs. Like in germination of seed, the root grows towards gravity. It grows inside the soil. So here the movement in the root is shown due to the growth of the root towards gravity, and shoot grows against gravity. It grows above soil. So here the movement in the shoot is shown due to the growth of the shoot above soil. So here the movement is caused due to the growth. If the growth is restricted, there will be no movement. Okay, understood? This we discussed in the last class. Children, when the plant shows some growth movements in response to the stimuli, then it is called as trophic movements. Okay, when the movement is due to growth, it is called as trophic movement or trophism. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now children, please refer figure 7.3 on page 121 in your book, or you can also see the slide. Now here there is the experimental setup. Okay, now take a conical flask and fill it with water. Fit a piece of iron mesh at the neck of the flask and place 2 or 3 freshly germinated bean seed on the wire mesh. Okay, wire mesh, I hope you all know. Keep it in a cardboard box which is open from one side in such a manner that the open side of the box faces light coming from the window, and the other side that is covered. Why it is covered? I will tell you later on. Now keep it like this for 2-3 days and observe the seedlings and record your observations. What you will observe? You will observe that the shoots will bend towards the light and the roots, they will move away from the light. That is what you will observe. And now why that is closed, that box is closed from one end? Because in order to prevent the entry of light from the other side. Otherwise the shoot will bend to the other side also. That is why it is closed from the other side. So now what you do after that, you rotate the flask by 180 degree and leave it undisturbed in this condition for few days. Now children, what you will observe? You will observe that after the flask was rotated by 180 degree, okay, in such a way that now the shoot faces towards the shady side and the root towards the light. It was observed that the shoots again changed its direction and it started growing towards the light and the roots away from the light. Okay, that was observed. So children, here this is trophism. Plant is showing trophic movement because plant is moving due to the growth of the shoot towards light, and the root is moving due to the growth of the root away from the light. And here they are moving in a particular direction. When the flask was rotated, again the shoots turned towards the direction of the light and grew to that side, towards light. And the roots, they again changed the direction and they moved away from the light. So these are also called as directional movement, as the plant grows towards a particular direction. And here the stimulus is light. Light, we call it as photon also. And here, what is trophism? The growth of the plant, movement of the plant due to growth in response to the stimulus. So that is happening here. So we call this as phototrophism. Photo, the stimulus is light, and trophism, here the movement is shown due to the growth of the plant. And it is also called as directional movement because here the shoot and the roots are growing in a particular direction. Now children, when the plant, okay, or when the growth takes place towards the stimulus, then it is called as positive trophism. And when the growth takes place in against the stimulus, okay, or away from the stimulus, then it is called as negative trophism. So here the shoots are growing towards light, so it is positive phototrophism, and the roots are growing away from light, so it is negative phototrophism. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now environmental light is one of the environmental factor which acts as a stimulus. There can be other, there can be gravity, water, there can be chemicals also. Okay, let us take gravity as a stimulus. Now children, you all know that the roots always grow towards gravity and shoots always grow away from gravity. So this is called geotropism. Okay, when the growth of an organism takes place in response to gravity stimulus. And I can say that the roots show positive geotropism. Why? Because they are growing towards the stimulus, and shoots, they show negative geotropism because they grow away from the stimulus. Is it clear to all of you? Now children, the most important thing is, how does the plant bend towards sunlight? We know that, okay, the plant's shoots move towards light and roots away from light, that we all know. But how does it happen? If you remember in the previous class, I told you that since the plants doesn't have any nervous tissue and the endocrine tissue for coordination, here the coordination is brought about by chemicals which are called as phytohormones, and they are naturally synthesized. Okay, so here children, you can also see this figure on the slide. Okay, now how phototrophism works. Okay, now children, I told you about phytohormones. So there are different types of phytohormones with different functions. There is one phytohormone which is called as auxin. Okay, this auxin, it helps in the growth of the shoot. But how? Now children, when sunlight comes straight, the auxin hormone which is present in the shoot tip spreads uniformly, and both sides of the stem grows equally, causing the straight upward growth. I hope it's understood. Of the stem, you can even see here where it is given control. So both the sides the light is coming, so it is going upward. Okay, but when the sunlight falls on one side, okay, when the sunlight is falling on one side, the auxin hormones get collected in the shady side. It moves away from the light and it gets collected in the shady side. So in the shady side, the concentration of auxin is more in the cells as compared to the cells which are present towards the light side. Okay, due to the more concentration at the shady side, the cells grows faster as compared to the illuminated side, causing it to bend towards the source of light. And the opposite mechanism occurs in roots where less auxin stimulates growth while higher auxin inhibits growth. I hope it is clear. So, because the concentration it increases On the shady side, what will happen? The cells will grow faster and the cells will grow longer, so it will bend towards light. Now I have told you that the chemical that in the plants, the coordination, it takes place due to the hormones, due to the chemicals which are called as phytohormones. So there are different type of phytohormones having different functions, which I have given on the slides. Children, plant hormones, also called as phytohormones, are actually the plant growth regulators. They are only required in small amounts, but it is necessary for the functioning of the plants. So there are several plant hormones, namely auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid, and ethylene. Auxins. It helps in cell enlargement, which you have just now, we have seen. Okay, so it helps in cell enlargement, apical dominance. It also prevents from bending, promotes xylem differentiation and healing of plant wounds. Another hormone is cytokinins. It promotes cell division. If cytokinin is there, the cell will divide faster. Apical dominance, delay in aging, phloem transport, accumulation of salts, female flower production. Gibberellins, which is also a phytohormone, this promotes the fruit size, internodal elongation, and seed germination. Okay, if this gibberellin is there, the seed will germinate fast. Application includes increase in breaking dormancy of seed and bud. Abscisic acid. It helps in the abscission of leaves and helps in reducing transpiration, inhibiting cambium activity, and increasing bud dormancy in seed during winter. It also improves the seed development and maturation. Then is another hormone which is called as ethylene. Ethylene inhibits stem elongation, promotes fruit ripening, increases the girth of the stem, reduces the speed of abscission of the leaves. So today we will discuss this much, and in the next class we will discuss about endocrine system. So children, if you have any doubt, you can clarify your doubts. Thank you.